Hello. Good afternoon. Good morning. Happy month of March. So I'm broadcasting this live for the Patreons first. So patrons get ad-free first access. And especially when I get en flow, the Patreons, of course, get to hang out live and chat if they catch the link in time. So Aries, we're going to do your reading for the month of March. I'm an intuitive reader. We've been doing these dailies and monthlies for almost 5 years now. And there's more info in the description. And of course, you can work with me via yoga and tarot and EFT. So feel free to check all that out. Otherwise, let's get into it. I had somebody ask about like how the intuition works, and I said straight up, like I'll start to get the flow. Like I can feel the Aries energy coming in, and the prompts the desire to want to do the read, and and it's still working on that, kind of consolidating the routine, as it were, getting back into those weekend and week ahead readings as well. So I love you guys, Patreons. Super duper appreciate your support and your love. For Aries, March 2024, divine guidance and love and clarity. That's my intent with tarot. Divine guidance and love and clarity for anybody resonating with Aries. This looks like a decision. This is a big decision you're making, Aries. It's going to unstick you. It's going to help you move forward. The Knight of Wands, in the upright could be representative of your energy, finally making an executive call, making a decision, cutting something out. We'll find out what. The Hanged Man energy is also possibly just cutting out your own bullshit kind of thing. Hey, yeah, like something that's been going on, you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm done with that. Because Hanged Man could be something that's sort of unconsciously we're doing to ourselves, right? Like we're suspended. We're actually able to get out of the suspension, but we're just like hanging there thinking we can't. And then a thing happens or something new comes in, and then we have this illumination moment and we're able to finally move forward. Because that Knight of Wands is a fast moving energy, like I'm ready to go kind of thing. And let's face it, Aries, it's not far off your birthday season. And Aries does sometimes get quite a charge around the springtime, right? Yeah. So dominantly, there is a sense of just emotional befuddlement or maybe too much going on emotionally. However, for some of you, it's connected to a King of Swords, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It could be that you're having some sort of clarity and or illumination around this connection. Hence, you're moving forward toward the connection. Lots of upstanding people and a decision being made. So if there was confusion, I think you're cutting it out. Maybe having to have clear communications. There could also be information that you don't see. This could be karmic. This could be a cycle, a cycle that you're in. A lot of sword energy here, hence like with the Seven of Cups reverse, I'm like, the sword energy is indicating to me like, yeah, this is stuff that's going on in your head. This is stuff that's going on emotionally. And yet, the Two of Swords reverse is like making a final call, making a final cut, being like, okay, like I've been going over back and forth over this decision, back and forth over, do I, don't I, do I move forward, don't I move forward? And then it looks like you're moving forward. You're moving forward in the direction of that King of Swords. It's just that there's information. It's a Wheel of Fortune with the Eight of Swords, which is where I'm like, ooh, this could be a karmic cycle, yo. So, let's try to get some clarity on that Eight of... A lot of confusion energy, Aries. Sorry, Hans. There's a fair bit of like, you're wanting to move forward. but then you're not going to necessarily see the direction you're going in. I feel like there's possibly other people that you can't see yet that are going to come in. So Queen of Cups, King of Wands in the reverse. They could be a couple. I'm not, so there's a Seven of Cups reversed, but otherwise there's nothing majorly indicating that this is like a romantic partnership necessarily, or I mean, the strongest energy really is like you making a decision, wanting to move forward, cutting things out, and deciding to move in a certain direction. Maybe meeting new people. The point is that you're not going to see the things coming that are coming. That's like life. Like we want to know what's happening. We want to know, and that's part of our kind of habitual nature, I would say, is the familiar becomes a resting point in many ways, right? So and again, that sense of like some of it for a lot of us could be to do with like cutting out our own bullshit, cutting out some like recurring thoughts or some emotional blah blahs that didn't work out. Now, it's not Five of Cups. It's nothing despairing. It's nothing like deeply grief oriented, particularly. I would dare say that's maybe where you've been, but now it's just getting to this point of going, okay, I'm tired of feeling stuck. I've just got to make a decision. I've got to move in a certain direction. And again, it's like you're just maybe moving blind. Maybe just going, I'm going to go do that today. And then you meet somebody. That's what I mean about this King of Swords. This isn't like this could be a friend. This could be somebody, like, again, in your life that you're having more clarity. But this isn't like some brand new beginning. This isn't some brand new person. And yet you moving towards that person could end up revealing more people that are potentially useful. There's something really caring. There's this Queen of Cups energy. And the King of Wands. Again, there's just other people. I'm hearing something about someone's got, so this King of Swords has like this, I almost want to say a swallow or one of those types of birds, with it fixed on the eye. So there's a keen eye, or there's somebody who's got their eye on you, right? And then this card comes up, makes me think of like somebody that's been cut up, or like possibly past relationships. Oh God, I'm thinking, I have a feeling it's March where there might be a Mercury retrograde happening. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure the retrogrades, and again, don't quote me on it, but I think some of the retrogrades this year are happening in fire signs. So so the return, there could be people from the past that are coming back round. Hence, you're not gonna see it coming. You're not gonna see it coming. As in, this could be somebody that you cut up, or they, I'm saying that lightly, but not so much, because that's kind of sometimes what happens in the game of life, where we get involved with people and it doesn't go out our way. We feel stung, we feel hurt, we feel bruised, we feel betrayed, we feel cut up, right? And there's definitely in this reading, certainly Aries, there's some new people, new information coming in. I'm seeing a split too. Like I'm seeing you just choosing a road, and then as soon as you choose that road's gonna split and open up. There's gonna be more roads to choose once you choose. Just make a choice, Aries. And again, it's as annoying as it is, it's not maybe a super duper obvious choice. It's just choosing not to do what you've been doing. which more than likely has to do with going back and forth on something, or like literally just being on the fence about something. And it's sort of all encompassing. It's to do with the people in your life. It's to do with your social circles, to do with all these different characters, right? That if you're just in your own little stew, you're not going to be able to kind of open up to this world that wants to open up to you. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. This is what I mean about karmic closures. Karmic closures and beginning. Magician. 1. Karmic closures and beginnings. So renewal of cycles. Hence where you're like, I'm not going to do it this way anymore. I get it. This is super duper familiar. Or, okay, yeah, I've met this person before and I felt this thing before, and maybe I should just move through that. Maybe I should kind of see what's on the other side of that. Right? So if there's a if there's a repeat, you can not go all the way back around. You can do half the cycle and then maybe jump to the next, right? I've never thought of that before, actually. The way we perceive patterns, it's not like we're at the whim of them, or are we creating them? Which came first, right? Okay, so divine guidance and loving clarity. That one popped out. 6 of birds. Air. More air. Dreams. Your dreams could be significant at the moment, Aries. Listen to them. Observe them. Take note of what they're telling you. I feel like there's going to be one major dream that's going to like stick out and possibly change the game with regard to this whole like decision-making direction that you're going in. Remember too that because now 2 magicians have popped out to kind of come into this central theme of there's a decision you need to make and you just got to move in a direction. Is that you're not moving out of fear though. Remember that. You're moving out of a sense of, oh yeah, I remember, I'm the creator. I'm the generator. I'm the one creating this magic bus or whatever. So you make a decision based on the direction you want to go as the magician. And that's going to fire you up. And then obviously we might be presented with obstacles and hurdles, but that's part of the magic, right? So tie it in with feeling empowered with Magish, and then also having maybe a series of dreams whereby like one dream out of a series of dreams is going to stick out like a sore thumb. And you're going to be like, that's it. Like, that's the thing I have to do, or that's the direction I have to go in, or I've got to talk to that person, or I've got to go see that person or those people. I feel like there could, for some of you, certainly, there could be one, if not like multiple characters from the past that make a return, if even in your dream state. Okay? Integration, because you're the magician popping out as a 1. It's like, I would dare say there's been some cocooning, gestation, alone time, reflection time, hence where like the Fool, you already took a big leap and then it was kind of denouement into this like, okay, I'm restored, I'm whole again, I know I have everything I need, I've got a sense of direction, so I'm going to empower that direction and make a decision and finally move forward. So there's this sense of integration now, so you're moving forward with greater clarity, and it's simply that sense of like the movement forward is what's going to kind of turn the tides, right? Turning that wheel of fortune to then flush out any remaining kind of karmic encounters. And the word amends is coming up, or a sense of like people you're wanting to make amends toward, right? Yeah. Or people coming forward to make amends with you, only because of that 9 of Wands, that cut up. I feel like there might be somebody who's watching you because maybe it's like you're the one that got away, or you cut them up, or they cut you up, or because King of Wands reverse would be like an interaction that was maybe really passionate but didn't end well. The Sword of Truth is coming, though. I think that's what the juice is here with you. Aries is getting hit with the Chiron stuff, right, in the North Node. So there's been profound healing. There's probably been some shame and guilt and just maybe aloneness, for this idea of like, now what, God? So this integration phase has probably been super challenging, but the Wheel of Fortune is this like very natural and organic sense of renewal with regards to, okay, now I'm ready to move forward. I've got the power. And then these situations from the past could come back for healing. That's all, right? Yeah, rebirth. Any chance of a rebirth? Yeah. Rebirth and Ordinariness card. It's so funny because I've had this deck for about 12 years. It's one of my like old school like orig decks kind of thing that I worked with myself. And Ordinariness card would have been a card that back then, so like 2012 whatevs, I probably like didn't like it. I was like, yeah, ordinariness. I fucking love this card now. Like, it's probably one of my fave cards because it's just so juicy. Oh, God. Like, to not have to strive. Like, to just go for walks in the garden. Can you feel the relief? Can you feel the relief from just an ordinary life? Right? Because in essence, regardless of the external projections and the so-called glitz and glam, at the end of the day, we're just ordinary people living ordinary lives, right? And sometimes going through extraordinary things. But again, that polarity, the reason we can have extraordinary moments is from the reality of what we might perceive as ordinary. But then I think, God, is it really though? No, like the plants and earth and flowers, it's not really ordinary. When you really look at it, it's like magical sacred wisdom, right? In these beautiful bubbles of flower light, color, it's just magical and divine. And oh, and yet then we get to live this extraordinary ordinary life in this magical kingdom. This is just so beautiful. Okay, let's pick a few more cards for this Aries reading. This is all for March 2024, or whenever you come upon the reading and it resonates with you. You guys feel free to, when you're seeing this, as you know, our patrons are hanging out here first. It's part of the juiciness, actually, of just getting to hang out with everybody. Ooh, really strong message, yo. Strong message of nurturing, self-nurture, nurturing yourself, okay? It's all part and parcel to this rebirth energy and coming into magician zone, right? So that you can be like that Knight of Wands and move forward with a sense of, I want to say dynamism, like just kind of going, yeah, woo, I'm going to move forward in that direcciones. A little bit like the Aries nature, like just a bit bold and what have I got to lose other than cutting out my own bullshit, right? Wheel of Fortune, this is I'm getting that sense of karmic closures, endings and beginnings. Then I'm also hearing the karmic renewal. I think for some of you Aries, that's like a really positive thing. Karmic renewal. I'm kind of excited for you. I think for some of you, there's going to be some like crazy good stuff that comes in. Like this shit. But then there's like some impressive stuff or people that start coming in that just really kind of blow your mind. Oh, see, it's not boring. It's not boring at all. But do you res with that? Like at a time in your life where you would have been like, I guess it's like anything. It's like teaching meditation to people. There was a time where it's like just sitting there. It's like, oh my God. No, I'm like, guys, let's just sit. The sound of silence. Oh God, these cards, right? The empty room. Series nurture the empty room. So I kind of just get a real sense of like any sense of nurturing, self-care. Let the sort of divine forces orchestrate, right? I think that's something impulsive with the Aries nature, is like you want to just spring out there. You want to go, go, go. And sometimes that's just not the right time. And learning to embrace that like Piscean pre-Aries moment where you just get to like, boy, but from deep rest, from a deep voidal connection. I think it will serve you really well, Aries, into the month of March and, of course, into April as well, because we've got some juicy eclipses on our horizon. And, just continual Holly Shazamness in the world. But I must say, with my recent trippy poisoning bug that happened, I am aware of, in the sense of sort of, we're not really in control. And then it also brought me back to the power of presence. I'm like, what else is there? It's great. I think one of the most beautiful things we can all agree upon with regards to internet is our ability to connect. Now lots of us are connected in a way that I think is supporting us, which is great. But then I'm like, these connections and our present moment reality, like what's right in front of us, and how can we be with it, and how can we be grateful for it? As in, can we pull back? Can we hold back from trying to make life happen? Because that's maybe a base tone of Aries, or even at some point maybe a shadow of like having to, almost burn Aries out. But Aries is a fire sign. It wants to have the fire, and it's all part of the alchemical wheel, right? The zodiac wheel. By design, there's polarity and opposites. And hey, as a fellow Aries, I'm like, that's a huge lesson learned with the Aries, is that we need other people. Aries can go and go and go until she can't go anymore. And a big part of that ability to keep going is getting other people on board, right? Ooh, I like that. It's funny, I'm thinking about it too. So to me, it's like silence is like a depth within, where it's like quiet is something you listen for. And you need to be silent within to listen to the quiet, or you could flip it. You have to be quiet to listen to the silence. Anywho, good noodles, Scott. It is a series of moments, and this moment is coming to a close. Muchos love for you, my friend. And thanks for tuning into Aries. I'm looking over, seeing that series energy. There's a color yellow coming through and a bit of turquoise. The empty room, allowing ourselves to really drop into that deeper sense of nurture, to allow the universal forces and life forces and karmic wheels and all that kind of stuff to just do its magical thing. And then just open up until you get that authentic until you get that real authentic ushering and inspiration to move forward, and that will be the right time for you. All right, my love, go pee, and joyful days. I'm so happy to feel well enough to be back on these readings. I've missed you all very much, and I'll look forward to doing our Taurus next. So take care, you guys. Peace out. Peace out.